So being in England, I've always felt more Algerian, and in Algeria, I've always felt more English.
I kind of felt like, oh, there's so much to take on, all those cultures, and I didn't really know what it meant to me.
Someone also asked the teacher if I was disabled because I came out the wrong colour.
When I was at primary school, from like, 5, 6, 7 or 8, I know that my mum told me that there was a few situations that she had to come into school for that were obviously difficult for me at the time. I remember that I was called a few things that weren't very nice, like poo, kind of, or or like about your food, even like saying that the food must be horrible. And one girl said, I wouldn't have babies with you because you're brown. So yeah, I must have been about 6, 7 around that time. But I feel like even though it was difficult at that time, when I was bullied for other reasons, even about me being slow and having dyspraxia and all that stuff, I was affected by it more deeply, I think, in the sense of in the future and looking back. But yeah, at the time though, yeah, it was difficult.
My dad's like Algerian and my mum's English, so that makes me half Algerian, half English. My mum's English, so her side are English and they're not Muslim. My mum converted to marry my dad. Growing up at school life, that was really hard. So I remember I used to get bullied for my skin colour by someone who was the same skin colour, so he was English. He used to call me white cow. And that used to really confuse me, because then I thought, well, he's white as well. So I never really felt like I truly belonged in society, and this obviously caused a rift in my mental health. I wasn't making as much friends, I was very withdrawn, reserved.
I was raised by my mum because my parents split up before I was born, and I grew up in Sussex in England in like quite a white village. Not only was I one of the only like coloured people in the village, I was also the only coloured person in my family, so that was a very strange experience for me as a child, and I just sort of felt like a freak. One child said to me that I was the first brown person she'd ever seen, and someone also asked the teacher if I was disabled because I came out the wrong colour. At secondary school, they'd like make lots of racist jokes. I was in PE one time and I didn't go and fetch a ball, and then my friend went, "I thought, are you not going to fetch that? I thought you'd be good at fetching things. You're a nigger, you have to get water every day." They put me in exclusion for having cornrows, when that's just a protective hairstyle. That's how you need to look after your hair. But I got excluded, so I couldn't go to classes, and I asked the reason and they said it would encourage people to shave lines into their head because you can see like partings. Because obviously like I'm one of the only black people at the school, and it just really didn't help me grow into myself as a teenager, like growing up in like Western society basically.
Back in Algeria, because me and my sister, we were the only white people there, people used to treat us differently. They used to treat us like a lot better, put us on a pedestal, treat us like queens. Even at weddings, we would like grab all the attention. And thinking about it now, although it did feel great, it's like reverse racism. So I'm being favouritised because of my skin colour. Like, that is wrong. And obviously me and my sister, we never used to wear this when we were little, so we did look and act and sound English. So a lot of my time, my English family just thought, you know, that's our identity. But as we grew up, we started wearing a headscarf, becoming more religious. And I think that's when it started to get a bit awkward. So my nan wasn't really happy with us wearing a headscarf. She's not racist, she just didn't really truly understand, which I kind of understand now, but she used to say things like, Halima's got such nice hair under that headscarf, and they've started wearing it now. They cover their beautiful hair up about me and my sister.
There are prejudices, there's disapproval, and even though we're in a very mixed, we might think of ourselves as a very multicultural society today, that doesn't mean that there's any more tolerance around some of these mixes, these mixed relationships that people endure. And I think that presents us with very particular challenges. So, for example, there's often the construct around not being black enough as far as black people are concerned, whatever they mean by that, and then not being white enough, or maybe too white as far as white people are concerned. That sort of issue, I think, is one that we experience quite regularly. So things like that, I think, become difficult.
Because I really want to get more in touch with my black side, so I'm really trying to reach out and make new friends, because I don't really have any black friends. I am sort of struggling because I don't know anything about that culture, and I definitely feel kind of inadequate that I don't know how to whine and stuff. I don't know about the music when I go to these events and stuff. So I'm just trying to reach out to more people and make more friends, but it's definitely, both ways. As well, as I was saying, I didn't really feel like I fitted in with white people either, because I obviously stand out, so yeah.
Okay. Much as there is research, it doesn't always get into the popular media. It's not available unless they set about writing books like, for example, the one by the lady Dabiri about hair. It's a fascinating exploration around race and so on through the lens of hair, which is immediately available and accessible. But the more academic kind of work doesn't get into the public domain, I feel, as readily or as easily. So people continue to be rather stuck in their way of thinking around identity confusion.
I think for a long time, I was really discombobulated. I didn't understand why I was different to the people around me. I didn't understand that I didn't ever see anybody that looked like me. And even though I knew that I felt uncomfortable, I never really understood the impact that would have on my life as I got older. And I guess I'm hoping that maybe some of these things will be useful to you if you identify as white, if you're a white person, if you're a black person, and if you fall into that category of being mixed race. I believe that with more understanding, then we can create better environments. And so I hope that this is universally relevant. And also I hope that if you happen to be a mixed race person watching, that maybe there's some shared experiences and you're able to feel slightly less alone with all of that, because I know that that's something personally that I found really hard.
Especially as I've gotten older, I've realised that, even though when I was younger, it was tricky taking on all those cultures and thinking, oh my God, it's a lot to kind of get your head around. But the older I've gotten, the more I appreciate it, and I feel like it really has added to a real sense of self in being who I am.